So hey guys, in today's video I'm going to give you guys kind of a little bit of a scale hack. It's not really or technically a scale, it's a mixture of scales, but I decided to give it the name of the rock and roll scale. Now, if you want to check out the different scale diagrams and maybe some tablature and backing track that I used right at the beginning of the video, you can find that on my Patreon account over at the YouTube Interactive Experience. Now back to the actual lesson. It's not technically a specific scale, it's a mixture of two scales. And this is something I noticed just a ton of people playing around with. I've seen people like Slash, people more shreddy type of guys, maybe Paul Gilbert as well. I've seen Richie Kotzen doing this. Really, just so many people that play rock and roll and shred and all these different types of rock type of genres playing this. So I just decided to officially make it a scale, and it's nothing more than just mixing the Dorian mode with the blues scale. So what you end up with is an intervallic construction of 1, 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5 from the blues scale, 5, 6, flat 7, and that's it. That's all the notes within the scale, and that's gonna sound something like this. Actually found this to be the most useful is in those first 3 strings, specifically on that position. This is something that you can work on throughout the whole neck, but I've seen just so many guys playing with that specific position that I just had to share with you guys. And that's gonna look something like this. I mean, it's specifically these 3 first strings. Which you can do so many things. You could go, I mean, already that right there has a very specific rock and roll type of sound. Just playing around with those types of things. If you just look at it as one scale instead of those 2 different things, it's gonna cut a lot of the work out. I mean, it is what it is. So why not just mix them together? Again, you have Dorian, which has 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, and flat 7. You have the blues scale, which is 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7. You just mix them together. They come together and you get that very cool, very specific rock and roll type of sound that you get so many legends playing around with. So why not take advantage of it and just mix it all together into one scale? Now, where would you play this specific scale? Anywhere that you might play Dorian or the blues type of scale. So yes, a lot of blues type music, a lot of classic rock type music, a lot of minor type chord progressions. So the minor 7 chords, dominant chords if you're treating them as blues. Technically, pretty much anywhere where you can fit in the minor pentatonic scale or Dorian. Because that blue note is just gonna give you that extra blue note, that extra flavor of the blues. So if you can play the blues, if you can play Dorian, you can technically play this scale. All right, that's it for this video. I wanna invite you guys over to my different social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm also on Patreon. You can find all the different scale diagrams, like I mentioned before, the backing track that I used at the beginning of the video, over at the YouTube Interactive Experience. Now I'm gonna give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to all the guys helping out over on Patreon, because they do make making these videos a lot easier. I also want to invite you guys over to my website, juantoromusic.com, where you can find my book, The Art of Scale Weaving. You can find my 3 box sets with the guys from guitar tutorials, and you can also find different private lessons. You can buy different private lessons. So if you have any specific questions that you want to ask me directly through Skype, you can find that through there. All right, thanks for watching.